That's fine. Just occasional is fine. Three, two. You can open the show, by the way.
I can? Okay.
Yeah. Wait, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Take off. Are we live? We're live.
Yes, we're live.
I guess we're live from something, what do they say in New York? I don't know. Anyway, we're live. This is Mobile Web Dev on Air. And we have everyone today is a return guest, which is not a bad thing. It'll be familiar conversation. So as per usual, we will reintroduce for new guests, starting with Amy on the far left. Tell us a little about yourself.
Amy's not really a guest, though.
No, she's not. But still, it's always nice for new people to let people know what they do. And I mean, I don't have anything ever to talk myself about, but I'm sure Amy does. She's muted.
Yeah.
Amy? Amy? Are you muted? I cannot hear you.
Yeah, I was muted. Thank you for pointing that out.
Wonderful.
I've been muting my thing because of my cough. My name is Amy, and I'm a backend engineer over at Yahoo Sports. Yay!
Yay! We love sports. And
I noticed.
Yeah, from last week, you can sure tell. Go back and watch last week's YouTube, everyone.
That's right, I haven't published that one.
It really wasn't.
It was probably a pretty sore bunch of sports non-people. And then we have as well returning Chris. So let us know a bit about yourself.
Sure. I do JavaScript development, so all that emerging technology stuff for Node and Backbone. I've got some videos on YouTube if you want to learn how to develop basic websites. So
what's the URL, or how can they find you better?
The links are all the time on my Google Plus profile, so if you check out my Google Plus profile, they'll be there.
Awesome. And returning again, like I said, Matthias, let us know a bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm a computer science graduate student at Johns Hopkins University, and I work with high-performance software systems and clusters and graphics processors.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And last, but certainly not least, Victor.
Hi guys, my name is Victor Goff, and I'm with RubyLearning.com, where we teach Ruby among other basic web stuff.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. We've got kind of a show today. I mean, no specific topic. We've got a couple of different things to talk about, so it'll be more of a kind of a crazy show, kind of like last week, because we had a topic, but we kind of didn't, well, some of us didn't know a lot about it last week.
Some of you.
Some of us. Others were experts. So, we're kind of going to talk about a few different things here and there. Just whatever kind of comes up and a few specific topics. And I kind of wanted to start with Google Chrome and how it's gone completely everywhere now if you have ICS. So, I mean, does anybody have an ICS device that they're testing that on, or played with it at all, or used it at all? Nothing. I was going to say, I don't think any of you.
Well, my Android phone is still on 2.3 or 2.2 or something. You can, you can upgrade to ICS. So, and my phone's an Android LG Optimus something.
So yeah, you're probably not going to get it.
I'm not going to get that. So my only recourse is to buy a new phone.
Or put ICS on the tablet you have. But that would change a lot of it. I don't think you can do it right now.
No, not. I would. But I was looking for an Android tablet earlier. Well, not really looking for it. I was just checking them out.
You should be able to dual boot
it.
Yeah, you should be able to, but I just don't know.
You should be able to dual boot it if you overwrite the recovery partition.
Right.
But then you don't really have
recovery card.
I don't know if people are really offering that.
Yeah, but I do
right now,
kind of
they
like
want
the
to do
playbook. I did look
partition.
at. Oh, sorry. I did look at the playbook today. That was really cool. I actually might prefer that over my Kindle. I'm just so. I'm always.
Which is funny because they're essentially the same beast.
I don't know. I think I like it because there's like the camera. But other than that,
there's two cameras, right?
Yeah, there's the front and the back camera.
And that bears talking about slightly because even though it's a BlackBerry device,
the
BlackBerry tablet, BlackBerry Playbook it's called. But if you make Android apps at all, or apps period, you can get, well, it's kind of late. I'm sorry for being so late, but if you're watching live, you can see this. You can make either a Playbook app or port your Android app to BlackBerry's OS, and they will give you a free Playbook.
You get the free Playbook, which is
that for any application?
Any application,
Do they have to?
anything,
but you have to submit it
worldwide.
before February 13. That's
13.
That's
2 days.
only. Yeah, Mike was like, "Oh, hey, you can get a free Playbook." Like, really?
Well, I
yeah.
just learned about it a couple days ago.
Do they have to accept it?
And then we looked
Yes, it
it up.
has to be accepted.
It has to be accepted.
Do you have a link for that?
As in, like,
I did. I don't know where it is right now. Basically, it got mentioned on a dude's Twitter account, but the submit they haven't really. Well, it was a BlackBerry guy, so it's not like it's just some dude. But they didn't really. There's not like a promotional page for it per se. I don't think on any of BlackBerry's sites.
Yeah,
it's just kind
really
of like
to push it.
Do it and go, and they'll just send you one. I kind of think it was supposed to stay under wraps per se, and then that way when people did it, it kind of surprised them, and it seems like something that should have been advertised a lot better, because
they were doing that at one point.
Yeah, so
I wonder if the
when
only,
it first came out.
Sorry.
I wonder if the only reason they didn't mass advertise it is because people would turn it into an Android running tablet instead, and then they just wouldn't have BlackBerry running anything, because at a 6-inch tablet, that'd be an amazing fun Android tablet.
Yeah, so I googled around a little bit, and it seems like they did this last year, and the deadline for last year's was March 31st. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was launch date. It was last year.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, for this time for the Playbook 2.0, it's February 13th, which is
2 days. 2 days for some people, and 1 day for some people, depending on where you're watching this.
Yeah.
Just change the time zone on your computer.
By the time this is uploaded to YouTube, people are going to go, ah!
If only I had known. I had this perfect idea for BlackBerry.
Well, if you can do it in a day and get it approved in a day.
Well, the thing is, I guess it has to be submitted by the 13th, so that's the date. But it can be approved anytime, I guess. And from what it sounds like, I mean, if you're listening to this and you have an Android app out there, anyone at all, kind of go ahead and make it, because it sounds like there's a really simple converter that you basically just drop your APK into this program and it converts it to whatever file type the BlackBerry needs, and it just works.
It's under their tools.
Yeah, it's a tool.
Can we share some links on this?
Yeah.
Share them. I don't know where. Maybe in the chat window, like underneath
in the comments,
yeah, in the comments. Thank you.
Right.
And then we can put them into the.
It will be on my
into the
profile. Yeah, we'll put them in the description of YouTube.
Copy.
But those two kind of pair together, because if you do happen to get one for free, you can put ICS on it, and then you can have Chrome for Android.
Yeah.
Which,
well, now I can't really say that I'm gonna give me one.
Hey, if Thorsten Hines, if he's watching by chance, we'll all get one. If you want to give us one, we'll all advertise it. I'll have mine on the show every week.
I'll
talk about it for a week.
That all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if anybody from BlackBerry is watching this, I will talk about it all day up and down.
IMC's not gonna be happy about that though.
Do we know what processor platform that runs on?
I'm not 100% sure. I know it's pretty much exactly a Kindle Fire.
Huh.
So, I mean, you can. I can go to phonearena.com.
It kind of does.
You can find out pretty
look
quick.
like a Kindle Fire.
It is. It's exactly what it is. The guys that made the Kindle made the Fire.
Oh, you mean the Playbook?
Excuse me, the guys. Yeah, the Play. Duh. Yeah, I must have meant that. I don't know.
They do have the same feel and like the same.
From what a lot of people say though, they really like the way the Playbook kind of is because it uses a lot of WebOS type functions to swipe and use it and kind of mess around.
There's no physical button for, just like the Fire, there's no physical button for the volume up and down.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think
new Android tablets are doing that too.
Bug me.
And the other thing that sucks about it is there's no email client on it. You have to have a BlackBerry to use an email client.
What?
That's not too bad though.
They want you to sync them together. So if you have a BlackBerry, you have it's a really weird ordeal. It's 7 inches, and it runs on, let's see, come on, where are you? It's a dual core 1 gigahertz. It does have a graphics processor. It's got 1024 megabytes of RAM. It's got GPS.
Oh, and I think you can plug in a extra memory.
Do you have
Yeah, there's support for micro USB.
Yeah,
micro SD.
SD.
So it looks like there's, I can get a link. Hold on, let me drop it in the chat.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a pretty sweet tablet. It works overall pretty well, and they've actually been able to drop the price because since it is essentially a Kindle Fire, they were forced to drop the price a whole lot.
That's the only thing though. Like there is no like marketplace thing. Kindle has this whole big store, the Walmart of the internet.
Yeah, they have BlackBerry World usually, and it's just pretty hollow and empty. There's not a lot to BlackBerry World. BlackBerry World Store.
I'd be interested what processor architecture this runs on, because say if it's going to be like an ARM, Cortex or something, or maybe a Tegra, you could probably port all sorts of things to it without too much trouble.
Anyway, any other interesting issues this week? I know Amy also mentioned the Facebook IPO.
Yeah, that's a good one. Do you think that's going to hurt them more or help them more?
I can't see that a company that size having more money could possibly hurt them.
Yeah, they've got a lot of money right now, so it's definitely not. They're not in any trouble of going anywhere anytime soon. But sometimes big companies like I'm trying to think of the big one, Pets.com. Yeah, they had a couple Super Bowl commercials. They had commercials all over TV. They were doing really well. They got an IPO, and they're gone.
Yeah, Facebook and Pets.com not exactly on the same scale, though.
No, but they were on a similar scale of ideas. And I mean, sure, Pets.com was part of the internet bubble loss.
Yeah.
Too. But it was one of the first online stores to do pet food delivery, or food delivery for that matter, just for pets. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to be hurting very much at all, and it'll only help them.
The thing I brought up about the Facebook IPO is that there are people who are comparing it to the Zynga IPO, and they're like, well, Zynga is arguably 12% of its revenue, yet their IPO didn't exactly tank, but it's a third of what Zynga had assumed that it should have been.
Yeah.
And it had one very small spike and had gone down, then flattened. So it's around $9, which anyone who is really watching kind of expected that it would fall around $9.
Okay.
But the thing I wanted to point out about that comparison is that Zynga has really demonstrated kind of a one-track mind where Facebook, for better or worse, and I know talking about the horrible, horrible Facebook is just taboo to do on Google+, but I like bothering people, so...
I'm sure there will be one or two memes created from this.
I know.
Like poking people?
Well, no, we're talking about financial side of Facebook, so I don't think they would mind hearing that.
I know. But yeah, but Facebook, for better or worse, has always had a plan. You may not agree with it, or agree with their implementations of things, or even at what their target audience is. So, but you know that next year they will release something, and it will make them money. It's just, and I think the Facebook IPO versus the Zynga IPO will actually go a lot higher. Maybe not on probably not on the scale of Google's IPO, because that will nothing will get that high again for a really long time. But still high enough that it's worth, if you have that kind of money and you have one of those secret kind of investment deals, you do it.
They did a lot of smart investments early on.
So the interesting thing with Facebook is too, so Facebook doesn't really make any money off of mobile things because they don't have any screen real estate to really place any ads. So
I've heard they're
as
going
things,
to, though, soon.
What was
but
that?
they don't need to.
I was going to say, they might, though. I've heard they're playing on certain UIs that they might be playing with ads on mobile.
Yes.
I don't know if they will, but...
I'm sure they will, but there's a lot less screen real estate they have to play with. And as things go more mobile, I think they're going to lose at least a chunk of their opportunity to make sales and have, ad revenue, because people are going to be using the website less.
The actual desktop website, yeah.
It's interesting because they actually scanned their Facebook, was it photos? Or yeah, I think it was photos.
They kind of did away with their old photos way of doing things, and they've moved it to the Google Plus way of doing
which is
a
also
light box.
That's weird because I don't see I personally don't see the difference. I mean, it always seemed as soon as they started doing the overlay thing, which happened before, I've even seen a lot of people use Google Plus, because when I first tried it out, there weren't that many people on here, and I lost interest super fast. But it doesn't seem like it's as big a deal as everyone seems to be making it, or at least to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
speaking of a couple of things, what does everybody think of the timeline?
Well, because people moving from Flickr find it really more of a big deal because I don't know.
Yeah, I wish we had a photographer on today, because I know there's a lot of photographers and people that doing certain things certain way that really care. I mean, I don't care either way. I mean,
and that was
just
not the only thing. It's not just the UI. It's because of the community. That's why. Like, if you post in Flickr, you talk to the same people, the same photographers all the time. But once you go to Google and like you post your pictures, you have a broader audience, not just the photographers that you usually talk to. So they get really excited with that part. But when it comes to UI, I think the Flickr UI was better. When it comes to like what is this called? The
overlay?
The overlay and how you move the pictures. The lightbox, yes. I really get bothered with the lightbox in Google Plus with the white. Really super annoying contrast with white and black in the same page. But that's just my preference. Like, if I can hide that and not see it in white, I'm
sure someone will make an extension one day for it.
Yeah.
But that's just because of a personal preference. Yeah.
Something I think we might have to be getting used to, though, because like Facebook, they have the open graph or whatever that makes it so you can post, like sites like TechCrunch use Facebook comments instead of their own comments, because then they can have this eternal, ongoing Facebook and TechCrunch conversation. And Google, I mean, is going to be doing this eventually. It's just, they've mentioned it before. So there's going to be other sites. So, I mean, we may have to deal with this unless they change the way the comments look.
But would it be interesting if you have both comments
something.
coming from Google and Facebook in the same page? Like one comment from Google Plus and the other comment.
I'm sure somebody will do that.
It'll
Where
be
they'll
interesting.
They'll tie in both pieces of code somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually know somebody that's been playing with this, but that's, I think, more of one of their personal projects at the moment. But the issue is that if you're putting together feeds, so say somebody is looking at it from the say somebody's looking at it from one side or the other, they won't get the other piece except if they're logged in.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
So I don't know how he's dealing with it right now, but he's at least playing with it.
Yeah, and I mean, most people have a Facebook login, whether they've used it completely that often or not. They've at least got one. And I mean, for one thing, it'd be nice, because I mean, for those who have chosen to get rid of Facebook, life kind of probably is a little hard sometimes. At least first world problem hard, in the fact that it's like, oh, I want to log into this. I want to log into this website, and it's like, oh, I don't have a Facebook account. Oh no, the registration process is so difficult.
And you don't have the Google Plus login.
Yeah, there's no.
Only very few.
Why don't you just remove your personal information from your profile? This seems like a really simple solution for me.
It is. People just
It is, but people are
Facebook
lazy.
doesn't delete stuff off their servers.
It's like people have said before. It's the
Well,
one-click.
they don't delete it off their
two-click
servers
process.
because of the inherent problems with deleting things, but the issue is why if you remove your personal information from your Facebook profile, one, you don't get targeted ads anymore. You get to see the dancing mortgage baby, and then when you use the Open Graph, it can't pull information because there's nothing there. It's like I said, it's a fairly simple solution and they put X marks next to all the fields, so it just deletes things.
Yeah, it does. There's not
Why
even
should
a
do
delete
that?
button. It's just X mark.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it's a
I
pretty
have to
simple.
use a Facebook login.
I think a lot. I think half the
I
time
must say, though, if there is some startup or something asking for if they have no other option besides Facebook login, I personally am turned away from that website. But that may just be me.
Yeah, it's not a benefit to only have one login.
It's not really that hard because you can use OpenID
OpenID.
or OAuth.
OAuth is a better solution, but it's also not the easy solution.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated than OpenID.
Just to implement it is extremely painful, and I think as far as authentication goes, I would prefer to use Twitter because they ask for the least amount of information.
Yes, they do.
And they
you give such a little amount of information, so.
Yeah, and unless you what is this? The location. Unless you have a location set up, it doesn't really bother you with that either.
Right. So.
So you just have a name and that's it, and then your Twitter account thing.
Yeah, I think part of it's where people want to continue the conversation, though. Because, like, when I post, I can continue the conversation from things like TechCrunch actually on Facebook. And so I think some people just don't want to continue the conversation on Facebook. That's part of the problem. Whereas, I wouldn't mind continuing the conversation on Google+. Because, I mean, maybe it's just the topics I read or whatever, but when I get on with Facebook people, it's a lot of cat calling and name calling and, well, you did this and they did that, and it's like...
Because Google Plus never does that. There are no trolls on Google Plus.
Well,
I guess it's the internet.
Like I said, it's probably the conversations I follow into and things like that, and it's not at all that. So if I posted on it and they did it in Google Plus, I'm sure it would do the same results. And I've just been treated on Google Plus because I only follow,
I saw this really funny picture.
You build your friend list differently.
Yeah.
I know. I saw this really funny picture on Failbook that says, Captain Obvious, I don't like my stupid friends. It's like, well, then don't add them on your Facebook.
But
like I said, there are simple solutions that ultimately kind of make it the user's fault, and users don't want to hear that. It's like, I don't want to know that the people I friended from my grade school turn out to be jerks. I didn't really need to know that. It's like, then stop talking to them.
Yeah. I like how Google Plus.
Ignore them.
It's funny how Google Plus made a simple solution for that. The simpler solution is unfollow them, but they've decided to make the simple solution of, well, add them to a circle, and then make it so they're basically muted.
Yeah,
well, ignore them.
Pretty much the ignore.
But they've got the mute stream feed too.
Yeah, the
so
mute stream
you can
is
still
private.
be their friend, but you mute their stream into the
Facebook
mainstream,
had that
which
a
is just
while
like,
ago
it's so
also.
silly. Oh, I know. I know
So-
Facebook has it. It's just so funny that both of them have invented this.
Because
Way of
people
ignoring
ask
people
for
who
Yeah.
want to
To
be
be
your
polite.
friend.
it's social. And like, I want to be social,
Well,
but
I
not
mean-
really.
You should call this the
Well,
anti-social hour.
it keeps open the contact, like, so you can still contact this person, right? Because
Yeah.
you're technically still in each other's circles or what friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have to hear their every thought every day.
About their baby or about
So
About
the
the
way
40
their
million
car
cat gifs that they
or
post every day.
the cats, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a few people on Google Plus, and I throw them in a certain circle, and I all those circles that I really care about, mostly like friends and contacts that I actually enjoy conversing with them. All those circles are all the way up, but then once I'm done with that feed and I want to look at other things, I open up some people that I've, either people that I don't know or people, that just post constantly that would just completely spam up my feed otherwise. So that's like my way of dialing back how much I get from people that just, spam the entire feed. I mean, I have some people that post like 30, 40, 50 times a day. And I mean, when I'm bored, I'll look at that, but otherwise I just don't care.
Mhm. Yeah, that's where.
Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter you kind of pass everyone if you want to. I read my Twitter feed at weird times of the day, so it's like, well, sorry if I missed you. You didn't mention me.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. What was that?
I was gonna say something, but I realized that I shouldn't. So.
Okay.
So what I was just trying to.
See, I wish people would do that on Facebook sometimes. Oh, I was going to type something, or I actually typed something. I'm not going to hit enter. I'll just erase it.
Yeah, it's all about who we've chosen to follow, and some of those people, you don't even get to choose to follow. It's like, okay, Grandma, I should follow you.
I don't like the people in your house.
What's Grandma talking about?
I don't like the people in my house. Okay, well then don't follow them.
But some people get really butthurt if you don't follow or you don't reciprocate. I'm sorry I said that. But
it happens.
It's true. Or like if you get unfollowed, don't take it personally.
Right, so let's just lie to everybody and pretend everything's okay.
Like we said, there's the easy ignore feature on Facebook. Well, it's not so easy on Facebook. There's a couple ways you can do it, I'm sure.
Specifically for your family on Facebook, I feel.
Or just
well,
just don't read your feed.
Yeah, that's true.
Do what we used to do with email. I didn't get your email. What? I don't understand what happened. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Adults these days would fall for it on Facebook. Well, non-savvy adults, I should say. We're all adults, I hope. But
or if you're talking to someone who uses Facebook a lot, it's like, sorry, I just followed so many things. It fell below the fold. Sorry.
Oh.
I have a great skill set in avoiding people.
It's an amazing skill to have. Maybe one day we can have the topic be about avoiding people, and you can teach us all about that.
I'll do that when I teach you guys about sports. It'll be a nice talk.
I was gonna say either that or the whole podcast you just wouldn't show up. Like, see, she's so good at this.
Teaching sports though, don't you have to like do the sport too? That would be interesting. Like teach a sport, but you have to physically teach us the sport too. Like we have to meet up.
You think I play football or hockey? Are you insane? I am 5 feet tall and less than 90 pounds.
During the middle of the summer, she'll be out there. This is a ball. This is the yard line.
Yeah, speaking of sports, I actually watched a little bit of rugby for the first time ever today.
Oh, cool.
Rugby.
Wow, that's a violent sport to start with.
I'm like, that's kind of like soccer and football and, yeah. And I think they can only pass backwards, like lateral or backwards, but...
It's the best thing from these girls I met at a conference who were from Norway, and they're like, football, oh, that's like rugby, that's rugby without the pads. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that so often.
Yeah.
It's painful. It's a painful sport to watch.
It looked like they were using some kind of protective padding for their kidney areas, though, so that was...
I'm sure.
Right.
But
Just the kidney area?
Yeah.
I'm sure
that's
that's
so that people don't
eruption
cut you in the
area.
kidneys, because you'll get hurt way worse.
Well,
What
the
about...
kidney area is often protected because they will run into you with your shoulder, and you really don't want to get hit in your kidney by somebody else's shoulder at like 20 miles an hour or something, or 15, I guess.
Whatever the collision is.
That fast there.
Is it really the speed or the weight, though?
Well, both.
I think
Yeah,
it's
weight, mass, speed.
Momentum
It all
transfer.
calculates.
Boniness of the shoulder.
Yeah.
If I
It
taught it
really-
as in the frame of a physics lesson, would that be helpful?
Yes. I'm sure a lot more of us would get it.
Oh, okay.
But then you have to think, it's not really miles per hour when you're playing rugby. It's kilometers.
Meters per second.
Of course.
So have you guys seen that Tesla Motors revealed another one of their models, the Model X, which is like a crossover SUV plug-in?
I missed that.
Those doors are awesome.
Yeah.
Link me a picture of these doors.
Yeah, I
like
just
door
I
designs.
just posted a link.
Do they
It's
have,
really
like... What's so special about the doors?
Well,
They
They're,
open up like the
butterfly
goalie.
doors.
Like the what now?
They open
Like a
upwards
lift.
like the goalie.
Oh,
And there's
going.
butterfly doors. They open straight, like, up and...
Oh,
to the
like the... What car is that?
The Mercedes
the
going.
DeLorean.
The DeLorean?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they open
like
a
the
lot like the
Oh,
DeLorean.
that is a sexy looking car, isn't it?
Wait,
not bad.
where's this link?
It's looking
I posted
similar
it.
to...
Kind of looks
That's
like
pretty
a
cool.
Prius, though, in some angles.
Yeah.
Well, it's an electric car. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I
100%.
like
For those-
the
For
electric
those
standard.
who don't have the link, I just typed Tesla Motors Model X into Google and it came right up. So
Well,
Yeah.
for those
I'll
watching
link
this
the post.
afterwards, yeah.
Do you watch
Oh
this?
my god, those are sexy.
It's a nice
Very
car.
hard to do in a parking garage, I just want to point out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
See,
I mean,
the
if you're-
nice thing is it has I think it's a 17-inch display as the dashboard, or as like the center
Yeah.
console.
There's 3 rows of
Oh.
seating. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the product page. If you,
Where's this door? It's not open
Maybe I'll
at
go
all.
there.
All I see... Oh!
they call them Falcon wings.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Ah.
whatever.
Wings of the Falcon.
It's pretty freaking sick.
Did they come in red?
I would want it
Can
in
they come
black.
Yeah.
in free? I would like it in free.
Late 2013. So anybody
Yeah,
that
they
wants one
haven't-
now, too bad.
There's a computer dashboard.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah.
17-inch dashboard.
Yeah,
Awesome.
which is awesome.
That's awesome.
Finally, someone thought of it.
Okay.
I
wanna
had-
point
so
Or
out that
actually-
implemented it.
Back in the
17-inch
day,
design
Nissan started with digital dashboards in the late 80s, and I had a Nissan 300ZX that had a 100% digital dashboard. It is the most DeLorean-looking thing you can ever think of. It's, you have the torque curve, like, as the revs go up, you actually have it growing sideways. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Now get someone to port Android to it.
Oh, so... Oh, wait.
Run
What?
your
Don't
car
run
on
your
Android.
car, dude.
No,
Great
for-
idea.
That's
Forget
a
this.
bad
What
idea.
I really want is a driverless car.
Well,
Oh,
they've
I
got
don't
one of
want
those
that. That
too.
scares me.
Well, that's
That is
just
pretty
about
frightening.
there.
Yeah.
But I wanted
It's
really
only had-
cool looking, not like the...
A driverless Android-based car.
It's Google-based, but yeah, who knows.
So I can sleep while it drives me to work.
Oh, here's another topic, kind of on the automated home car type thing. They had the another post about Google at home or Android at home or whatever they're deciding to call it, where basically I kind of talked about this in the first, I think the second, maybe even the third show we did, where it's kind of like your house will be integrated with Android, and people are kind of all oohing and ahhing over it, and now I thought it was going to be a 2013, 2014 thing, and now I really think it's going to be displayed at Google I/O. So basically, one of the ideas they're having, and they're kind of testing around with, is that you take your Android phone playing music over to your speaker and tap your phone onto your speaker, and then the music starts playing off the speaker from the phone. I assume that at that point the phone stops playing as well. But they're thinking about like partnering, since they're partnered with music labels now. One of their initial ideas was that you would take a CD and have the same idea, tap the CD against your speaker, and it would start playing. I mean, I guess you'd have to own the CD. I don't know how they'd cross-reference to figure out if you owned it or not, because you know, you could take a CD off the shelf and play.
Of NFC.
You probably NFC, most likely.
That would work.
That's probably what they're doing it with. But I'm not sure what other features they're implementing, but for some of the people, I think it's a full experience, like lights on and off, you know, heat on and off, you know, play, TV on and off, speakers on and off, type things like that. And it's just like, whoa, that's pretty integrated.
Dude, that'd be awesome if it was like an Android Siri and you say Siri or like whatever you call that Android app. It's like close.
Well, they're doing.
And then it
they're
replies
doing that
back,
too.
and it replies back like, okay, lights closed. You know, something like that. You've seen the Iron Man movie too, where he has like these androids. I love that part where he was like, if you don't behave, I'm gonna donate you.
Well, I mean, awesome. So Google sort of started all of this with their accessory development kit. I mean, that's really where all of this was introduced. And so I've played a little bit with integrating Android and Arduinos, and you can do all sorts of really cool things with that. And I'm sure, I mean, right now I think the reason why the Android development or the accessory development kit didn't take off as fast as it should have was because it was really expensive. I think it was over $300 for like one little board.
Yeah.
And well, you could go with the Arduino chipsets too, and it would have been cheaper.
Yes, so
but
I did that, but getting ADB and Arduino to talk together is a royal pain. I mean, I spent a solid, day and a half trying to figure out how to do more or less basic communication. And there's like one guy that wrote a library for this, and the library sort of works. Sort of. I don't know. It was a lot more of a pain than getting regular Arduino stuff or regular Android stuff to work.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure at Google I/O they're going to make this either easier or simpler somehow, or more affordable, because I'm pretty sure that's why they've extended it that third day now, is because people are testing it within their homes. It's a reality. It's something that's actually going to happen. So I don't know if they're going to announce that it'll be simpler or just easier somehow. I don't know what the deal is.
Cheaper would be really nice.
Cheaper for sure. But it kind of sucks because anybody that already has a surround sound and a TV that's not compatible with these things either has to go get a new one.
Oh no, they have like, I saw this.
Or they can live as they're living now and not have the voice activation.
Yeah, and just not have it. Yeah, until next time they go to upgrade.
I know there is a company that does like USB things that will make your existing home theater really more interactive, but I just don't know.
I mean, there used to be this X10 stuff which did PWM, like pulse width modulation over like electric circuits, but that's kind of unreliable, especially because your circuits don't really end at the end of your house, so when the power line goes back out of your house, you're sending the signals out of your house as well.
Yeah. Well, something along the lines of USB or micro SD or even SD card with an NFC coil in them could work as well. But, I mean, you'd have to consider I don't know what Google's doing with these things or how they're making
security
them work.
Implementations of having it wireless, I'm not sure if I would want to have my home automation on wireless. That would be one very, very scary thought.
Yep. Anybody that walks by with the proper tools could turn off your lights and laugh and laugh.
You would have to have the two networks completely separate.
Your blender
Have nothing on your home network connected to anything that connects to the outside internet.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
I see a Scream 6 movie out of that.
Yeah.
I think the wireless implications would kind of suck, or implementations would suck. But the NFC, so if you needed like NFC to turn on your lights, I mean that wouldn't make it wireless, and nobody else could get in since it's direct.
It's not that direct.
Yeah.
I've wondered that. I've wondered that.
Doesn't it kind of?
How direct does it have to be? Because I mean, isn't it really within a couple inches, or can there be a broader spectrum?
Real readers are a couple of inches, but the thing is, if you get a big enough electric coil, you can really talk to them from much further distances. So this is something that was presented at DEF CON, I believe, like last year or something, where they literally read everybody's RFIDs. I mean, an NFC is basically an RFID. So you could literally walk into the room and they would take everybody's RFIDs or read all the RFIDs.
So one of the viewers just linked Insteon. Is that how you pronounce it? Insteon is on. So
Insteon.
Yeah. Well, it's a play on words. It's Insteon.
Instantly on, yeah.
Instantly on.
Wireless control of your fan and light from a handheld remote. Well, or your keypad, your computer, or a smartphone, or your tablet. Probably.
I also just had another viewer say that NFC on phones is limited to about 9 millimeters. So on current phones, like you said, if you had a big enough coil, of course we've got things going on.
You're going to carry that big enough coil.
As it is on phone, well, some people would, especially if they knew that you had. Especially if they knew you had an NFC house. If you're going all around town blabbing that your house is based on NFC, they're like, well, I'm going to go mess up their life, either as a gag or worse.
You could probably war drive it if you have a big enough coil.
Yeah.
That's scary. I mean, I can't think that any of these things are going to be able to be wireless unless you're accepting.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what. Well, I definitely wonder what they have in plan, because I mean, Google has learned many lessons over their years. Google Buzz was the first one. Some things with Google Plus have been many of the second lessons they've learned. So it's kind of like, what have they learned that is making them think, okay, this is definitely something we can do? But it just makes them wonder what they've learned. And I mean, they're learning about many things, so it's kind of like, what do they know?
Along the same line, I came across a BMW advertisement sometime today, and it's a video about the car reading new incoming emails to you if you want them to.
Oh yeah, the BMW one. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, but the thing is, that means that your car somehow is connecting to the internet, and there have been so many, there's been a couple of papers published on the terrible security of the computers built into cars, where,
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to scare you, but your phone right now is also like a scary thing.
Yeah, but phones are a lot more tested because, people carry them around and it's really easy to test them. But a car, what happens if you manage to corrupt the engine?
I'm sure BMW is also not doing a whole lot of hack testing and security things like that either. So. I mean, it's for the average user, it's probably semi-okay, but it could be a little bit frightening. Everything's a little frightening from time to time, so you just got to figure out, are you the person that has public emails that you don't want people accessing, or are you just an average user who, for some reason, has a lot of money to buy a BMW that can read emails to you?
Well, the reality is that you really can't make these things secure, because if it's transmitting and you can intercept the transmission, you're screwed.
Yeah. It makes you wonder. I mean, sure, parked, and it makes you wonder how it works parked too. Is it on while parked, or is it off when the engine goes off, or how long does it stay on? So, are you at the bank and parked type thing? But I'm sure driving, it's a little more secure because they can't lock onto you as easily. But like, a lot of different issues here and there.
A research paper.
Vicky.
Puppy.
Sorry. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
It happens.
So I just posted a link to a research paper about the vulnerabilities of tire pressure monitor systems. And let me see if I can find another one. Recently, there's been a whole slew of these papers published after, I don't remember what car it was, but they managed to intercept the brakes and the navigation system, the speedometer, just about anything that you could think about going wrong with a car, they managed to take control over it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's definitely not something you probably want to implement right away or jump into.
Most people think their routers are secure, right? What's the longest it takes to brute force a router? 3 days? And that's if your password is the last one it tries.
Yep.
So, I mean...
Oh, there's a
puppy!
This is Navarra. Like, look at how loud she barks. She's like so tiny.
Oh yeah, my dog is super tiny and is really loud. I think that is a signal for everyone.
I don't know where does the sound come
Into
from?
Hangouts with puppies.
Yep. Hangouts on air with puppies.com.
Easy.
Is that a Rule 34? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, sure.
Terrible, terrible things.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else really newsworthy this week. There hasn't been.
Well, the only
an awful lot.
The only other one is... Am I muted? No.
Nope, you're not. I can hear you.
So the other one is where Apple attacks Motorola for its effort to block the iPhone 4S, while Apple also attacks, not really attack, but what was it? It tries to file an injunction for Nexus. Was it Nexus? Samsung Nexus?
Yeah, the Samsung Nexus, the Galaxy Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what their deal is with that one or how they've got control over that one. I know that like they're claiming that the lock screen, of course, breaks the lock screen violation on that Apple has, and vice versa. However, I mean, they should just really drop the ball right now. We talked about this a lot last week. I mean, right now, Motorola or Google has so kindly decided to continue once they take over Motorola, which is also being decided on the 13th. Once they are approved for that, which is basically a shoo-in, they've politely decided to take over the patents that Motorola has, and Apple will be paying Google 2.25% on every phone, and that's cost. So I mean, it's $15 or $16, but it's still.
Did they agree to that 2.5% or whatever it is?
2.25. I don't know how it's all working, but basically, when they wrote the letter, kind of saying, "Hey, this is what we want to do. This is what we think Motorola still should take care of once they leave, and this is what we're going to take care of until we're both full one company." They were like, "Yeah, we want to let Apple go ahead and keep doing that for us." So we're gonna. The way it was kind of written and the way it kind of seemed, it was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let them keep doing that for us." That's pretty nice of them. So, I mean, Apple, I feel like just needs to stop. It's kind of getting really.
Yeah, I would put whatever they use for all these litigation into something like real schools or education or something like that instead of.
Well, obviously they're not spending a whole ton of money if they've still got all that money they still have, but at some point, yeah, you'd think that they should start focusing their resources and time on actually doing something really cool instead of like making news because they're suing HTC this week. Okay, cool, wonderful. Oh, they're suing some company I've never heard of. That's great.
I think not that I'm any fan of Apple's, but there's also the perception that Apple is suing constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the difference of Apple has one product, it has to kind of keep covered.
Yeah.
While
That is
Android
fair.
has countless products, so it's like if you sue the same if one person is suing for the same thing to 30 people, it looks like, oh, he's being such a jerk, not just doing the one thing, you know. I mean,
yeah, I can
think
understand what you're
overall,
saying.
patents are kind of ridiculous, but it's also a matter of perception.
Yeah, because if they do, yeah, it's true. Because if they don't protect the sole thing that they have, they're gonna be out of business. But it makes it look like
I think they just need.
They're suing everybody because everybody wants to do what they're doing.
I just feel like they need to choose their battles a little more wisely
Really?
and research a little more wisely as well, because it's like they're getting down to the point where it's like you're not going to win that one. You really are just looking like a jerk at this point.
Right.
It's just slight differences. I mean, I'm always referenced back to this thing, and it was an old cartoon. Of course, it's not on any longer. It's probably one season, and this one teen singing group took another teen singing group to court, and it was a whole episode, of course, and they were all in court, and blah, blah, and it all happened. And they're like, so what are you actually suing over? I'm still kind of confused on all this. And they're like, well, when they sing their song, they end with the word O, and we happen to use the word O in our song, and it's kind of in a similar influx. And they're like, no, case closed.
Oh my God! Speaking of
is that all
patents,
you wanted? They're like, okay, well, thank you.
Speaking of patents, there was
So it
this
just kind of
big
ended there, and
patent troll.
it's just like, why? That's what's like.
Speaking of patents, there's this big patent troll last week. Was it last week? Where it's suing all of the major companies like Google.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
Google, Yahoo. I saw that. It was a Texas court system over interactive web or something like that.
There's this. They don't really do anything
I thought they
proactive at all.
that.
They just have the sole company whose purpose is to
Sue people.
sue everybody that uses their patent, but they don't have any product whatsoever that has use of their patent. So all these major companies, they make millions out of them because they say you're using our patent, so you have to pay us like millions.
That's what I need to learn how to do.
And like I think it was in the 90s where they got like about 100 million. They got 100 million for suing somebody because they're using their patents, but they did not do anything at all. So they're like just these patent trolls. No, you don't want to be like that, because those kind of trolls they hinder innovation. They have no contribution whatsoever, and all they take is like they don't really provide any use.
So Microsoft has been doing similar things to Android manufacturers. For example, they've been suing Barnes & Noble. There's a great write-up about it on Ars Technica. I just posted the link in the chat. And they're suing them over like annotations of read-only documents and things like that. I mean,
read-only documents.
It's really, really terrible like points, but I must give Barnes & Noble a big hands up on this one, because they're the first company that's actually standing up to Microsoft and challenging their claim to these patents.
For them.
All sorts of major companies are already paying Microsoft for these patents, and if this actually gets overturned, Microsoft is going to get a lot less money from a lot of companies making Android devices.
Are they going to have to pay those companies back for fees collected?
Probably not.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I don't think those things are retroactive.
That would be great.
For one thing, I don't think Barnes & Noble would be like, okay, we won, so now we want to go back and put it in our fine print that you didn't read that you have to pay everybody back. I'm sure in a way Barnes & Noble just wants to basically dispute it. Which, I mean, if that's the case.
To sue Barnes & Noble anyway. There's a brick-and-mortar bookstore. Don't you have to wait?
Yeah, really.
Highlighting and selecting elements of electronic documents.
I know.
Is one of the patents.
Like, really? Quickly downloading documents from a browser.
Dude, there was...
Isn't that based on internet
those
speed?
3 pixels on a screen.
I do.
Yeah.
What happens if Tim Berners-Lee patented the internet?
Yeah,
then maybe he can make everybody stop.
What happens if a lot of things...
Sue Apple and Microsoft for using their... I think it was Nokia who tried suing Apple and Microsoft for using their patent of using icons on a desktop to represent programs.
Really?
I think that happened a few years ago, yeah.
Well,
I think that was
every major operating system.
That's adorable.
Do you know that picture
Patent
of that
symbolism while you're at it.
Man, people with so much money. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I'm gonna patent the idea behind a symbol.
I think
there you go.
got there too before you.
Darn. Then anybody that thinks of anything at all, we're gonna rebrand our label. Not before you talk to me, you're not.
Patent on rebranding. Sorry.
Well, that's
mine
like
patent
Donald Trump tried to trademark the phrase "you're fired."
Yeah. In what instance do you want to use this, Mr. Trump? In firing people? No. Nope.
And then I'm going to sue everyone who fires someone else until they are also fired, and then I will rule the world.
Mm-hmm. Nobody can either that or he just thought of the perfect way for people never to lose their job. Nobody can fire anyone ever again.
Because Trump is all about that.
You were let go.
Yeah, that's right. I got to think of a new word for it.
You are hereby hired without pay.
You are unhired.
Wrestling uses the term, "We wish you the best in your future endeavors."
Yeah.
You've been future endeavored is what they say a lot on TV now.
We're kind of hard working right now, but we're not getting paid, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We also stopped caring about your opinions months ago.
Mm-hmm.
We just fixed that glitch in the software, so he's not going to get it.
It's all very true.
So that's it for the week.
I think that is it. We luckily stayed within 45 minutes to an hour. So we actually hit our goal.
Oh my god! Yeah, okay, let's stop now before it's like...
Bingo.
So, with that, if we can be boring enough, and if the week can be boring enough, we can hit our goal every week of an hour.
Because no one plan anything anymore.
Yeah,
alright, okay, say your goodbye now. Before we extend it to another 20 minutes.
So the usual of last week was what? Goodbye? See ya.
Yeah, see ya, goodbye.
No. I think we'll just do what we did last week, of course, and at the beginning of the show, get to go through whatever. So, Amy, tell us a little more about yourself, or anything else you feel like you need to talk about would be great.
My name's Amy. I'm a backend engineer at Yahoo Sports, and I will be going to Game Dev Con.
Yay!
Which is when?
March something. It's the week that I'm also launching a product, so I'm going to be a little stressed out, so I don't know.
Wait, where is it at?
It's in the San Francisco Moscone Center.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. When I get there for Google I/O, I would think Amy was here once.
I will hang out. We will do a live hangout or something.
Cool.
Oh, okay, so...
I don't know.
Whenever the Google I/O tickets come out.
Yeah, really. And then, Chris, a little more about yourself, or something extra. we're done. It's not live on her profile anymore.
Oh, that's awesome! I can still post broadcast video publicly. That's cool.
Yeah.
They fixed it.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, because your stream is not even. It's not even there anymore.
Can I post it? I mean, just want to test so I can get feedback.
I think it has us right now. Hang on, I'm going to try to see if we're live right now.
I'm going to
I don't think we are. I'm going to click the old link.
I'm checking. I just clicked live.
No, it's not.
No, we're live.
Huh? Oh, yeah, we're
we
live.
Are live. We're definitely live right now.
Wait, how are we live?
Funny.
I'm not posting publicly.
Yeah, it's not posted public anywhere. But if someone still has the old link, they can watch it. So we should probably
wait, hold on.
Get off on air.
Should probably be done here. Good to know, though. If the server restarts, you're still live.
Hey, Google, if you're watching this.
This is like an awesome test. Hold on.
This is probably a bug.
Is it okay? So
I think I will talk to them.
So the link is still active. Like if I post on if I click on my.
We're still live.
We're still live, even if I don't have it posted. Even if the video, like the red button. Oh yay, bug!
It's in my stream right now.
Really?
Bug.
Yeah. This is like me again.
Buggity bug. Buggity bug.
So, interesting bug. I can rejoin, and it's still public.
Yep, there it is.
Where is the Google bot?
Live still.
Google bot, can you reply and tell me how long we've been running? I need a Google bot.
It'd be cool if the group chat... It would be cool if the group chat, like, ran as an IRC, and you could, like, send commands to the Google bot.
I've talked about that before. So do we want to leave this one and come back onto a non-on-air live one? By the way, Amy, we are on air right now. Still. Despite the server crash, you're
muted again.
Hello.
Tried to. So we're still on air, by the way. We
even if we crash, and even if the button is not posted publicly, it didn't hit any button whatsoever.
There's a bug, so we're still on air. So do we want to take this off air, or do we want to keep?
No, I want to keep running because I want to see how it's gonna record. Like, where is it gonna go? Is it gonna go online?
Oh yeah.
I want to like break them.
Okay.
So they don't
keep
have to
rolling.
fix it. Yep.
So much for getting it done in an hour.
I know, right? No, this one is just like just
we're done with you.
Oh, this is separate. Okay.
Yeah, this is
just
the
after
I don't know if it's separate or not.
Let's see who I can invite. Like, can I invite people in? Oh, I can.
Is this one technically separate?
Yeah, this is not a show anymore. So if you're watching this, we're just goofing off. Or if you.
I was gonna say, are you sure? Because I don't know if it's gonna post. I don't know if it's gonna post 2 shows or 1 show now.
Oh.
That'd be interesting if it posted 1.
It might continue a continuous show.
Okay.
Which would suck.
Why is the
So
show
maybe you
3
should.
hours? They said it was only 1.
But then
maybe you should cancel it.
But then I wouldn't know if it's like the show, and I want the bug to. I want to break.
Did you just invite me to hang out in this hangout?
Yeah.
I just got the invite too.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go through some kind of inception thing if I try to join it again?
No, you're gonna do that trick again and like once the stall and pump me again and say like
it'll just say you're already running a different instance of Hangout and it won't let you do it. Unless you run it maybe in an what's it called?
Oh,
an
and
incognito
Aaron
window.
is still watching us, so.
Yeah.
Aaron who?
Aaron Oakley. Coakley.
I do not know who that is.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for watching. Yay! We love you.
Yay.
Hello.
Who's Aaron?
Aaron Coakley.
He's just somebody watching.
Oh, okay. Hi. You should hang out. It's not like we're doing anything.
Yeah, no. Let's invite.
We are live.
Wait. If I invite you guys here, can you promise to behave? Like I'm gonna invite you.
kittens and puppies.
It's live on air, and if you don't behave,
you just surprised yourself.
I trusted you, internet, and you gave me trolls.
I know. Well, I can block them, I guess. If they do something, yeah, I can block you. So you don't want to be blocked.
Block party. What?
Yeah. And let's talk about what do we want to talk about?
Talk about love and music and peace.
Oh my
man.
God! Yeah. So Valentine's Day, right?
Ugh.
Oh, why didn't we talk about
Kidding.
that? Oh my God.
I
would
was
be
kidding.
sarcastic and actually
what
pick up
we're
on a
gonna
topic.
Yeah, I know. We should have done like Valentine apps.
Stupid.
Let's do
there aren't that
it.
many. 1-800-Flowers.com for all your flower needs.
No, screw that. There's Covert Cupid. Actually, I got 3 more Android dolls. Not Android minis.
I saw you've been collecting those, and I'm jealous.
Oh yeah, and then
See anything.
How much?
Oh wait, I'm not.
What's
part
your
of this.
family like now?
what do you mean? Like I have
How big's your Android? No, your Android family. I meant.
Not your real family. No one cares about them.
Oh.
So, well, I got like 2
Tell us
blanks.
about the little green box.
I got another blank today from Lisa's brother. Yay! So, I don't know what to do with that yet. I have to think. I want to do one that is like Google Plus, and I have an idea, but I need further concept with it. So, interesting.
That's weird.
Oh, I got a few other things. Oh, there we go. See? Hello. Welcome to the non-show.
The non-show.
Hanging out with
After
friends.
show.
The after
Oh,
show.
absolutely.
Hang out with friends
Hello,
on
Aaron.
air live.
Hang out with friends.
I
And
do
puppies.
have that. to hang out
You
with
can get
friends.
sued for that. Zynga's gonna sue you.
Oh
What?
no.
I don't want that.
Good luck. I have no money, asshole.
I know, right? Don't take me anywhere. Don't take me to court. I have like 0 money.
If you take me to court, make sure you take me to a nice court somewhere, and then take me to dinner.
Take me. I don't even have money in Zynga cash. Give me a break.
I used to. Oh, hi. So I did play the Farmville one. I did buy Zynga Cash.
Oh no.
It was so
I did.
funny.
It was so fun. When I get addicted to a game, I get really addicted.
Wow.
So I wasn't really. Well, I was, but not anymore. And then so Zynga, I really wanted. Oh, I'm gonna post screenshots of my farm. Oh my God, they're like really crazy. Hold on, let me get. I know I have like.
Oh no. Here we go.
Now
Some weird, like, Karma's a creep.
Wait, I have to find it though.
Karma's a creep on this and
Farmville
play
creep.
games all day.
No, I can't do that all day. I do have to eat and make a living to make food.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
Little do we know that your living is making Farmville cash and then selling your farm on the black market.
That's not. That would be like wow.
She's a gold farmer for Farmville.
Scheme going on.
They don't have gold farmers because you can buy it.
Oh, at least upgrade to Zombie Lane. Come on.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
right.
I played Zombie Lane, but
Zombie
Zombie
Lane.
Lane gets hard after a while. Especially if you leave it alone for 3 days, because I took a weekend off, and then I came back, and, like, it was rampant with zombies. I'm like, oh, F this. I'm screwed. I'm
But
done.
just run a script. I mean.
I do not cheat when I play my online games.
Like,
oh my god,
ruins
that's
the
offensive.
game.
I will sue you.
Oh my god, here it is. Wait.
I have a patent.
Where's my farm? Can I activate it? Or
So where do I go if I actually want to develop one of these BlackBerry apps? For the life of me, I can't find where I need to go.
There's like a BlackBerry SDK page somewhere. I have it somewhere. I guess I'll look for it since you want it.
Oh, right. Wait, how do I show this without showing my thing?
I don't know.
You can show Zynga. Wait, what are you looking at?
I'm going to show Facebook. Okay.
You can show
You can
Facebook.
take us off air.
No.
You are the controller of this.
No, that's not possible, she says. I don't know how she could take us on
That's
off
not
air or
going to
not.
happen.
I don't know if she could do it off air or not.
Facebook screen caps is not considered private content. You can show it as much as you want.
Yeah, because and plus Zynga, Google owns kind of Zynga, so we'll just show this.
What?
I mean,
yeah, make it up.
Oh well.
They do have like
I posted that BlackBerry link for you, Chris.
Yeah, I just picked it up.
Do I really want to show my farm bill?
Yeah, that's
Her
the thing
farm bill gold
about.
pyramid scheme going on over there.
So basically, there's not a there's not a really posted thing saying you'll get a free one, but the guy on Twitter said he'd get a free one, so there's a BlackBerry guy.
I'm gonna go with the guy on Twitter, and
I think he works for he does work for RIM.
He does.
Or BlackBerry.
Well, whether he does or not, it's not gonna hurt me to submit an app. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you. Do you have one ready?
Well, I'm building one for, so me and a couple of people are like doing a consulting group kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm building an app that will be used by our clients to kind of check up on the project and stuff like that. So it's not done, but it is an APK.
Oh, okay.
So.
See.
I think it has to be approved too or something.
I was gonna say, I wonder what. I think it has to be accepted to get it anywhere. So if it's not done, then you might be in trouble. Or might not get accepted.
I know.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about?
Well, I mean, why not? Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, we didn't talk about the passing of